And the sad part is, and I'm sure you saw it at Disney World or Disneyland, but it's the kids now. It's these young children. Like I see 200-pound 8-year-olds with fatty liver disease a couple times a week. Yeah, in the emergency department. So the obesity problem used to be mainly just adults and was what I was seeing. But now it's like, I mean, even all the kids are fat too. Probably the average age in my clinic is mid 40s. Which I think if you look across most men's health clinics and age management clinics, that's probably the demographic where most men, that's when they really start suffering from low testosterone. Although nowadays, I mean, it's getting younger and younger and younger. And I do have a few guys that are young.
Yeah, it's surprising to see, but I think it's mostly lifestyle related because I made a video about the declining testosterone levels and I looked at all the scientific evidence and you just see that a lot of it is just related to lifestyle.
It is.
And even they mention that in the studies is something that, they can't really determine, but it's probably external factors that testosterone levels are going down. And I mean, all you have to do is kind of look around yourself and see how poorly people are managing their health. So as an example, I've been on a diet, eating healthy since I was about 15, 17 years old.
Me too.
And my testosterone levels were about 600-700, drug-free. And now at age 40, even though I'm doing HCG monotherapy, my testosterone levels are still 600-700.
Yeah.
But I've been eating healthy for 25 years. Right? Minus going to an American, going on holiday. I think that's one of the reasons. Yeah. And physically active, low oxidative stress, taking some antioxidants. Right? So I got the prime example in the shape of my own parents who were smokers and drinkers and not eating healthy and getting all these health issues when they were my age. Right? They were already on the decline. When they're 40 and now they're 70 years old, right? Yeah, right. So it's on decline, and now it's even worse, and they don't listen. So, I tried my part, and I became a health expert for myself. So I had how not to do it. So I went to the gym, right? I did my cardio. I ate healthy, as knowledgeable as I was at the age of 15. And that kind of progressed over time. And now I feel like at the age of 40, it's finally starting to pay off, because when I compare myself to all the kids and people in university that didn't do that,
I know.
Oh man, it's astounding. And when I look at you, I'm sure you feel the same way, because at 50 you look fucking killer, right?
Yeah, thanks.
You perform at a very high level and you look great. And then I'm sure when you compare yourself to 50 years old from, back in the days, or just general 50 years old, you're like, they can't believe that you're 50, right? And people can't believe that I'm 40 in my age demographic.
You nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. It's, I mean, I started the same. I got into fitness and health like in my early teens, and, I was, just methodical about never missing workouts, eating well, all that kind of stuff. And, when you're in your 20s, everybody, a lot of your peers that are not doing that, they, especially if they've got good genetics, they still kind of look okay. They look good.
Yeah.
Or at least they don't look terrible. But yeah, I mean, I think I noticed it in my late 30s for sure. And now it's like insane. But I've started to diverge from my peer groups. So in terms of overall health. So, when, I see the 50-year-olds that I see in the emergency department, these guys are my age, and, they've got kidney disease. They've already had 2 stents in their heart. They're 300 pounds. They haven't had a good erection in 8 years. They're on 17 different prescription drugs. And I'm just like, wow, it really, this is such I tell guys that are starting this stuff, of course you have to start early, but this is an investment that it's like compounding interest, man. You start doing this in say in your 20s, the big returns, you may not see them in your 20s and early 30s, but man, when you get closer to 40, 50, and then, I mean, it just gets bigger and bigger in your 60s and 70s, when you're out doing things with your wife and you're on trips and you're going hiking with your grandkids, and these other people, they're in nursing homes. I mean, that is the inevitable decline that if you don't do something, it's like jumping in a river and just floating along the current. It's easy. You're relaxing in the current, but the river is going over a waterfall at some point. So you have to swim like hell to not go over the waterfall, and we're all going to go over it eventually, right? but you want
Right.
to not go over, as quickly as if you just don't do anything, you're going to go. You're going to go. And especially living in like this toxic environment today, that if you just do what every other American does, you will look like every other American. And you just defined it perfectly. What the average American looks like, it's pretty bad. It's unbelievably bad, actually. But that's the norm now. So people, their perception of like what normal is really skewed, I think, in the United States in terms of what what is a healthy body fat percentage, and it's not. The norm is not normal.
I think if you're constantly surrounded by unhealthy people that are fat, then you probably think that that's normal. So what I noticed with my wife, what I saw with my wife, for example, she's very slender. She's always been fit. She's been training very long time. She's got a good physique at 40 years old. And then you see all the American girls that look at her like, what the hell's going on here? Like they're surprised. And then she said she was 40 and they couldn't believe it.
Yeah. But
they
so
could
your wife
absolutely not believe
is
it.
normal though. That's what normal should be. That's normal.
Yeah, that's what normal should be, but it's no longer normal. It's exceptional.
Well, now it is, right? Now it is. But really, like everybody should be like your wife. If you just live a healthy life, right? That's what it should be. But things have been skewed so much. And the sad part is, and I'm sure you saw it at Disney World or Disneyland, but it's the kids now. It's these young children. Like I see 200-pound 8-year-olds with fatty liver disease a couple times a week. Yeah, in the emergency department. So that's a whole nother. It used to just be the obesity problem used to be mainly just adults, and was what I was seeing. But now it's like, even all the kids are fat too. And so, it's
so you give them like free copies of Dr. Jason Fung fasting and diabetes code, and just give it away. Said, hey, I feel bad for you. Instead of the prescription, just take this $20, $30 book, and good luck, and stop eating.
The sad thing is though, Steve, I'll tell you, like if I did that at the emergency room, they would just take that book and they're just not interested.
Yeah, or they'll sue you. They'll take your license away.
Yeah. Well, yeah. People, and that's the other thing too. And maybe it's this like fat acceptance thing, but sometimes people, they're just not open to hearing that they need to lose weight. And whenever I bring that up at the hospital, I'm very diplomatic about it. I'm very professional. I'm a nice guy. I'm not trying to give anybody a hard time. I know it's hard to lose weight. It's a metabolic condition. But yeah, like I've had them complain, like file a complaint at the hospital that how dare I tell them to lose weight? I'm like, it's my job. It's my job to tell you that.
But it's the same with bodybuilders, though. You tell a bodybuilder to lose weight for longevity purposes.
Oh yeah,
they feel insulted. It takes them 10, 15 years to get all that size. I'm finally 260, 300 pounds. And they don't want to lose it, and then, the fatigue of the heart sets in, and, sleep gets worse. And
there's consequences.
I think